Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-Pack Screen Protector plus 3-Pack Camera Lens Protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to the Roger Report, where we dive into the most shocking moments in tennis history. I'm your host, and today we're counting down some of the biggest upsets that shook the French Open. You know, this year's Australian Open was all about Jannik Sinner, but now it's time to turn our attention to Roland Garros. The sports betting sites are already previewing the showdown between reigning champion Carlos Alcaraz and the dominant hardcourt player, Novak Djokovic. But what if we told you that this year's tournament has already delivered some of the most incredible upsets in history? Let's start with 2014, when Swiss sensation Stan Wawrinka claimed his maiden Grand Slam title at the Australian Open just months before heading to Paris as the third seed. The expectations were high, but Wawrinka looked a million miles away from his blistering form. He committed a staggering 62 unforced errors in his first round against Guillermo Garcia Lopez, and the Spaniard took full advantage. Wawrinka himself admitted after the match that he was trying to find his game, be aggressive, and try to find anything, but he just didn't. That's when we realized that Wawrinka's French Open journey would be one for the books. He went on to beat some of the toughest opponents in tennis, including Roger Federer. Fast forward 9 years, and Roland Garros was treated to another Cinderella story. Unseeded qualifier Thiago Seyboth took down second seed Daniil Medvedev in a thrilling 5-set encounter. The Russian had built hopes for his second Grand Slam title, but those predictions looked accurate when Medvedev reeled off 2 straight sets. However, Seyboth's powerful baseline strokes and innovative shot-making dismantled the usually impenetrable game of the favored Russian. That was an incredible upset, folks, and if we thought that was something to write home about, wait until you hear about Novak Djokovic beating Rafael Nadal at the 2021 French Open. Now, this is not just any ordinary upset, it's a shocker for the ages. Both players are considered among the greatest of all time, and many expected Nadal to dominate the contest on his home turf. But Djokovic was unfazed, displaying fearless aggression and an uncanny ability to absorb Nadal's relentless hitting. He went on to win the tournament and took his overall slam tally to 24, 2 more than the recently retired Nadal. That was a moment that changed the conversation about who is the greatest tennis player of all time. And if we thought that was something to remember, let's not forget the 2009 French Open when Robin Soderling, an unheralded Swede, took down Rafael Nadal in one of the most shocking upsets in tennis history. The Swedish journeyman had never made it past the 3rd round of a Grand Slam before, but he did exactly that this year. Nadal himself was on notice in the very first set when Soderling romped through it 6-2. That was just the 7th time in 28 matches that Nadal had lost a set at the tournament, and the 2nd time in 14 matches spanning the previous 2 tournaments. But what really sent shockwaves around the sporting world was Soderling's victory, which went all the way to a tiebreaker. Soderling ultimately went on to reach the final that year, but lost to Roger Federer. However, even still, this defeat remains one of the greatest upsets in tennis history. And that, folks, is what makes the Roger Report all about uncovering the most surprising moments in tennis history.